Our Houston Police Officers Union PAC is very proud to have endorsed our Sheriff, Ron Hickman, for remaining as Sheriff of Harris County. I'm proud to say that living out in the north side of Houston, he was first my constable, and now he's my sheriff, and we're delighted to be able to endorse him as the Houston Police Officers Union PAC. At this time, I would like to introduce the head of the Harris County Deputies Organization, David Cuevas, who will be introducing our guest of honor. David?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. I'm David Cuevas, the president of the Harris County Deputies Organization. Today's a great day, and I would like to first give thanks to the Houston Police Officers Organization, the Mexican American Sheriff's Office Organization, the Fraternal Order of Police, and of course our members here with the HCDO. Today is great. We're standing in unison, together in strength, to endorse a candidate with over 40 years of law enforcement experience, serving 2 decades with executive command leadership experience, whether it was performing his duties as the Precinct 4 Constable or taking over and assuming the position of the 3rd largest sheriff's office in the United States. Sheriff Hickman has served with pride and integrity, strength, compassion, leadership, and experience. He has the epitome of excellence and is admired by all. When it comes to compassion, we can look at a certain segment of the community that has been left behind or that is not thought of. Sheriff Hickman has implemented the homeless outreach team, using technology by implementing the high-tech crime unit, the real-time crime center, to interact and proactively go after the criminals and to assist law enforcement in doing so. November 8th is very important, and we all need to ask ourselves, the chief law enforcement officer of the county and the top cop has to be somebody with leadership, experience, and integrity. During trying times across the United States and here at home, you have to ask yourself, do you want youthful inexperience or a man with leadership, integrity, and experience in over 2 decades of command executive leadership? That's why today we all stand together and endorse Sheriff Ron Hickman.
Thank you, David. Thank you. It is heartwarming to know that most of the major law enforcement organizations are endorsing my campaign as sheriff. It is absolutely overwhelming to know that they accept and look for real leadership in law enforcement. I've spent the last 3 decades trying to prepare myself for leadership in law enforcement alone. I never left law enforcement to be a political figure. My only interest is in leading law enforcement to better success in the community, to better representation in the responsibilities and roles of law enforcement. So it's very reassuring to know that our law enforcement organizations and their employee organizations look for that kind of leadership. So it's really heartwarming to know that these men and women of these organizations stand behind me. So thank you. Do you have any questions?
Sure. Can I add one thing?
Sure, come on, Brad.
I just want to say that with a city the size of Houston and a county the size of Harris, it's imperative that the police department and the sheriff's department work together. Since Sheriff Hickman has been in place, we have a liaison with the sheriff's department that we're able to pick up the phone if we have issues with jail issues, if we have issues with patrol issues, whatever it may be, we're able to pick up that telephone, make a phone call, and within minutes, those things are corrected. That is what is so refreshing to us here at the Houston Police Officers Union, that we have the relationship between the Houston Police Department and the Harris County Sheriff's Department that we haven't had in a very long time. So thank you very much for everything that you, your command staff, and your men and women are doing for the Houston Police Department and the City of Houston. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Ray.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, following up on what Ray said, one of the important things for the future is that we actually have a plan on how to move law enforcement together into the future, working on tools and resources for all law enforcement to be more effective collectively so that we can connect digitally to each other, to work on programs and resources and develop tools that help all law enforcement be successful together. Not one individual agency alone, not separated from our other law enforcement partners, but moving together collectively. And I'll tell you, it's really reassuring when we reach out to the existing leadership with Acting Chief Martha Montalvo or Chief Mike Thaler in Pasadena to know that those law enforcement leaders are interested in exactly the same thing. So thank you so much, guys, for all of the the heartwarming support, and we look forward to moving on into the next 4 years and making some real progress. Thank you.